And welcome back, folks. Today we take a closer look at the old world Leif Erikson Park Amphitheater in Duluth, Minnesota, supposedly built in 1928. And for clarification, locally it is pronounced Leif Erikson Park as opposed to Leif Erikson Park for some odd reason. And they tell us Leif Erikson Park, a park that was renamed in 1929 after previously being called Cullum Park and then Lakeshore Park. The amphitheater, a long-standing fixture in the park, stands alongside Duluth's Rose Garden and Lake Walk, offering a popular spot for events and gatherings. The park itself traces its roots back to 1905, when Mayor Marcus Cullum advocated for greater public access to Lake Superior's shore. In 1907, the city secured land from the Northern Pacific Railroad, funded by generous donations from community members, notably Watson S. Moore, to create the park. The amphitheater was completed in 1928 and quickly became a center for community activity, hosting the Duluth International Folk Festival and Lake Superior Shakespeare Festival for many years. Leif Erikson Park is also connected to a piece of Norwegian history. In 1926, Captain Gerhard Folgero and his crew crossed the Atlantic in a replica Viking ship, the Leif Erikson, a 42-foot femboring boat constructed by Norwegian shipbuilders. The ship was later donated to the city under the condition it would be preserved, but after years of deterioration and failed promises to care for it, the city transferred ownership in 2021 to a local nonprofit, Save Our Ship Incorporated. The ship was invited to Duluth, Minnesota by a Norwegian immigrant in 1926. It set out from Bergen and made its way across the North Atlantic, stopping in Iceland, Greenland, and Labrador before reaching the United States in Boston. From there, it was displayed at the Sesquicentennial Exposition in Philadelphia and later made its way to New York City. After navigating through the Erie Canal, the ship entered the Great Lakes and eventually arrived in Duluth on June 23rd of 1927. At that point, the crew had covered a remarkable 6,700 miles, the greatest distance for a ship of its size in modern history. It was following this momentous visit to the Lakeshore Park that they renamed it the Leif Erikson Park in honor of this famous Norwegian explorer. And the official story is that this used to be open for concessions and had changing rooms and bathrooms. But let's look at these construction photos. This building was supposedly built in 1927, completed in 1928. But here it is, under construction supposedly. You can see two guys here look to be framing the windows. Everything's built already, yet it's winter and sitting out here. There's some garbage strewn around. Look at all of these trees, and they aren't young. Look at those. Look at the one to the right. Holy moly. So they just built right up next to these trees here on the lakeshore. I mean, this looks like some kind of a castle that they're digging out or something. These two conical roof corners. There's a bush. Look at the landscape here. I mean, it's like buried in. It still is buried in to this day. Yeah, inaccessible from the side, really. It seems to be a design flaw if you look at it and didn't hear this weird story. And the story really doesn't make sense. I mean, it still doesn't seem accessible back here. If they designed this to be open, why would there be trees here already right in the way so you could bump right into them? There's no access to the shore from here. It's just, you'll see, I'll give you some shots. And in just a minute here, I'm gonna get you some footage from the inside of this. I'd never seen it before in my lifetime, but it's from Duluth Urbex's channel. And again, you see these buried arches. I mean, how do you explain this away with the story they give us? Why and when did they ever stop using this part of the amphitheater? I just don't get it. These boarded up windows and doorways have intrigued me for a long time. This just doesn't add up with the narrative. And you can see back here, even in the construction photos, it looked just like this. I mean, just inaccessible from the beginning. And here's Duluth Urbex's channel getting inside for us.
Always wanted to walk in here. Oh my God. We are under. We have made it, folks, to the ultimate. To the ultimate. Oh my God, stigmatites. I've always wanted to get in here. This is underneath the auditorium of the Rose Garden. This is like wood. Some slippery stuff in here. With old pliers. Always wanted to get in here.
And they tell us in 1927, during the park's renovation, the grounds were reshaped to slope towards the lake, creating a natural amphitheater. Park department crews constructed an outdoor stage for concerts and pageants, designed by Holstead and Sullivan, featuring native stone and slate in a Norman-influenced style. Now that takes us to our next photo, dated 1929. That would make this baby 1 year old here. And you can see the park looks very similar as she does today. Zooming in here, we got a fella walking, a couple benches, not much back here. No vanilla skies. That's nice. Maybe 1929. We don't have an issue with that anymore. And here you can see in front of these steps in this path, there's already little trees growing in there. That's interesting for only being 1 year old. And that takes us to our second construction photo from 1927, also in the winter. And you can see everything's done. You can see the stage is buried there because you can see the lip of it. And again, this, I don't know if this is the same day as the last photo that we looked at, but it also has the wood ladders out and some of the scaffolding with, looks like they're doing, I don't know what kind of work, some kind of tuck pointing, a roof. Certainly doesn't look like construction here. And look at those trees from behind, right behind the stage. Just like today, they're overcrowding the back of the stage, which apparently is being designed to be opened and entered and used, but this doesn't really line up now, does it? And our next photo brings us to 1928, and this is from the shore side. And you can see this concrete drainage pipe here, which I will show you is in ruins currently. Doesn't look too old world though. People enjoying themselves about 100 years ago as they do today in the exact same manner, looking for rocks, hanging out by the water. Kind of an interesting picture. Then we back up and look over, look at these trees. 1928, this thing was brand spanking new here. I don't know what this is. Looks like a eagle ghost. I don't know if that must be a blemish in the photo. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's a blemish. But we look up here, I mean, look at these trees, look at this terrain. None of this looks like it's brand new construction in any manner. Look at the tree is literally up against the arches here, the doorways that they've just designed to accommodate people and sell concessions and have changing rooms. But what a coincidence. It already has trees in the way. How old would you say these trees look, folks? A couple weeks? There's just something off about this story. And then here's that concrete pipe that we could see in the old picture. You can see it's since been dilapidated. And I noticed there's a bunch of old stone around here, brown stone and cut stone. Interesting ruins. And if you notice down the entire shoreline here, there's a cliff. It almost appears as if it's burying something. Just a hunch. The stage was backed by a wall and flanked by two conical roof towers that acted as wings for performances, while dressing rooms, storage rooms, and restrooms were located underneath. But conveniently, there are zero pictures of that. But this whole park, landscaping, and structure is just gorgeous, is it not, folks? I mean, look at this beautiful lake shoreline. And then this photo is dated 1929. And here we can see the conical tower off to the side. We're on the east of the stage here by just a few feet. And these stairs should be brand new at this point. It's 1929. Yet they look as ruined as they are currently today. And they lead nowhere. They're just kind of a pair of stairs in the middle of a hill. And now currently we've put this phallic-shaped deck at the end of it, and it kind of covers up the fact that these stairs go to nowhere still. I almost have to wonder if this whole corner is actually some kind of a buried structure. If you look around the edges of this, you can see there's kind of a wall that runs along and continues along. You can see it right here, runs the whole shoreline. What really is this park? And what's going on here? A lot of this just doesn't add up. And as always, I'd love to crowdsource, pick your brains. Please tell me what you think in the comments below. And again, as always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.